Like you can feel a difference in the accuracy here, right? Yassine says everything has improved except only number 4. Yeah, yeah, right. I mean, this number obviously jumps out at people, right? But guess what? It's our only double-digit number, and it's a fairly low double-digit number, right? We've had charts with just one double-digit number, but it was a 15, right? Here it's an 11, so that's not horrible. Look how improved 9, 8, and 7 are. I mean, 9 is pretty good. 7 is nearly, excuse me, 8 is nearly perfect now. 7 is also nearly perfect, right? Remember, guys, we just a couple of versions ago, we had a model where 7, 8, 9 were horrible, right? So that's an improvement. Manoj says better than the previous baseline model. Yeah. And you know what, Manoj? I like the way you put that because, like, you know what? That would be a good T-shirt for data scientists, right? Better than the previous baseline. Like that. That's your whole goal. Like that. When people ask, like, what do data scientists do? That's what it is. Like, what is my baseline, and what am I going to try to beat that baseline? Right. That's the life of a data scientist, right? But yeah, Manoj. So more importantly, Manoj, it's not just numerical. I think that just to the eye and the different numbers, sections, or combinations that each of us has been keying in on are pretty good. Osama says 5 is also good. Yeah, yeah. I mean, 5 is near perfect. Well, 5 and 3 are still a little problematic, but 5 is very good. You're right about that. But yeah, guys. I mean, like, it feels like this is like just a better model, right? Yeah. I mean, look at 8. 8 is like basically perfect, right? Same for 7. I mean, 7 is as good, is nearly as good as you're going to get, right? So here's another thing, right? This is another scenario where, hey, look, maybe 30 epochs is not enough. What do you think would happen if we went to like 100 epochs, right? Like, maybe let's go ahead and run that while we're talking. Can I do that? I think I have to get rid of this. But what happens if we just go to 100 epochs while we're still talking? Just So this is one of those scenarios where you might run experiments and then you're writing things down for what you want to do over the weekend, right? And then on Friday, you would write up all your experiment, or tee up all of your experiments, kick them off, and then give it 2 days, 3 days, whatever, a long weekend or whatever you want it to be. And you come back and you say, okay, well, let me see what more time did to the model, because sometimes we might kind of shortcut ourselves if we say, oh, we have to sit here and we have to watch the machine and whatnot. Sometimes just kick off the experiment and let it fly, see if it can get you somewhere, uh to get you to a place better than where you thought you could be, right? So I think that we're really kind of like on the right track here. Again, not to solve mints, but to appreciate the work that goes into, being a data scientist, right? I mean, everything that we've done here is what you would do on a day-to-day basis. And keep in mind that when I say that, I mean that I mean that also beyond neural networks. We happen to be using neural networks today, but you could be repeating this with any technology or library or approach or whatever else you want, right? It's just the experimentation would just be with different data and different models, slightly different settings, but it's all still, the spirit of experimentation of data science. Right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and let this fly, let this run a little bit. give me, if you guys want, we'll do a couple of, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. But otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, where I'm going to post these results on my Instagram and on YouTube, in the community section of YouTube, or whatever it's called. Um, but I think that, this is on the right track here. Denelson says, sorry to get off topic, sir, but I just checked my LinkedIn, but I was unable to find your message. Okay, Denelson, I'll send you something else. I think I had sent it as part of one of your posts or updates or something, but let me resend it. But yeah, but if anybody else has other questions, or if something didn't make sense, now's a good time to ask. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep an eye on these epochs. Who knows? Maybe we can get into the 9/9s, right? Because that could be another a way to approach this, where your whole goal is to get to a 9/9, and you could say, I'm going to run a bunch of different experiments. I'm going to run a bunch of grid search settings, but stop if you're not on your way to 9/9 after 50 epochs. That's a valid approach, right? You could be saying that's the concept known as early stopping in training, right? Where you can say, well, look, this is not headed in a positive direction, and I already know my baseline is up here, so let me save my processing power down here and start a new experiment. Totally valid way to go about that, right? Oh, guys, we went for almost 3 hours today. You guys are insane. You guys are mean for making an old man like me go for almost 3 hours. You guys are crazy. All right, guys. So let's see where this last model ends up. But I want to thank you all so much for being a part of today's class. Really good stuff, guys. And we're gonna build on this next week. We're gonna build on this with more formalized grid search, with more formalized documentation, right? Because right now we're just kind of, going off the cuff, just trying different things. But you got to be able to kind of document all of your experiments.